Hi everyone, welcome back to another stream. Hope you're all doing well. Hello to everyone on YouTube as well. So hi, Dust Plays Games and Typo and Valar, and then Draken and Mist on the Twitch side as well. You haven't seen any SJS drops so finding time online. One must be the first guy. I unfortunately have seen a few. Just nowhere in the vicinity of my characters. So yeah, for those unaware, it is currently the Ephinea anniversary event. That means that apparently loads of rares are dropping. I use the word apparently. I mean, to be fair, we have seen a Heaven Punisher drop. We have had a Heaven Punisher drop. Again, congrats to Drac for that. But I think our luck seems to have ended there. We've basically got Heaven Punisher and then it's just been nothing since. Oh, the music is bugging out again. It's good to know some things never change. Oh, yeah, you did get Heaven Striker as well, yeah. We'll get more boosts unlocked soon. Next ones are so close together, it should be easy. Yeah, the next few are about 1,000 points apart. I'm just going to knock the audio up a little bit on PSO because it's a little bit quiet. That should be a little bit better. Yeah, the issue is, as I'm sure you've probably seen, is that people will not stop running Forest. Now, thankfully, Nanashi here, Minsk, has actually made a symbol art to represent our feelings towards Forest. Please do not just spam Forest. Look, I know it's a good quest. I know that a lot of stuff can drop there. I know it's very efficient. We need to unlock stuff. So with that being said, cease Forest. So yeah, if anyone does want to play, by the way, while we're on, we play on Ephinea on the European ship. It's Block 2, Lobby 21. Well, is Temple actually bottom at the minute? Is Tower actually beating Temple? Yeah, Tower, I think Tower, Spaceship, Seabed, and yeah, probably Tower, Temple, Seabed, and Spaceship have been like in a race to the bottom. I understand why for Tower. I know a lot of people don't like Tower. To which I say we should, you know, do Tower for SJS. Seabed is awful. I mean, Seabed, it's very good if you're blue full. You can get Psycho 1 from the Delbiters. But I get why people maybe shy away from Seabed, because it is one of those ones that you probably needed half decent team for. But yeah, just cease Forest mainly. Desert's getting really high points as well, actually, but Forest is the main problem. Which was exactly the same last year, to be fair. You create a party. What are we doing? Are we doing an SJS Corp straight off the bat? I mean, I'm for it. Also, hi, Ricochet. Hi, Picket. Oh yeah, it looks like a Sky Tower is immediately set up, so it looks like we're going for SJS straight away. Been trying to get some creative going for Cannon Rouge, but no one joins. What ID are you trying to do it on, Razor? Is it on Redria? Or a different ID? I should really want to drop these badge stuff first. Green. What's the green drop? Is that Is that the Dwarf and a Clay drop, or is that something else? Oh god, we run out of space for silver badges again. It's from Dolphin, okay. Oof. Yeah, just 2 seconds. There we go. Yeah, I think people might be maybe leaning towards the red drop possibly for Cannon Rouge. All right, well, let's start strong. So yeah, currently the rates are okay at the minute, but they could be a lot better again if people will stop running forest. That is a very unlucky start. This is also probably why people don't want to do tower. I mean, tower is like the most BS area in the game, to be fair. I basically live here now, so it doesn't bother me anymore. Yeah, Red Ray gets Cannon Rouge from, I think it's from Barbudas, about 1 in 900. It'll be better at the minute, obviously, because the rate increases. So that's not too bad a drop. And we've got PD by Delbiter already. We're starting really strong. Are you going to miss this place once you get SJS? I know the Gigius will miss you. Well, I certainly won't miss the Gigius. The slight issue is that if I ever do find SJS, I do kind of want a Naze Claw just because it's cool. And guess where Naze Claw drops? I mean, there is another option for Naze Claw at least. Oh, I don't know if I can call it an option. Yeah, Naze Claw is basically like 1 in 20 odd K off an Ilgalin Tower for Viridia, I think. Or about 1 in 8,000 from a blue full Gerta Blulu. Neither of which sound particularly appealing, if I'm honest. Yeah, I mean, so far I have had some decent drops from the event, just nothing uber yet. We did get a Pazuzu to show up earlier on, and everyone in the team, apart from me, got a V801. But Draken very kindly gave me the V801, so thank you for that. Hey, Ellie. And apart from that, I've had a 35-hit Demolition Comet and an Aura Field. I think that's about the best I've had. But yeah, so it begins, Ellie. This is like the first weekend, first full week of the anniversary. Just to reiterate as well, while the anniversary event's on, which is about 4 weeks, every Sunday stream is going to be PSO while the anniversary's on, just because it's such an important time for the server. The Wednesday streams will still be Phantasy Star 4 though. You know, SJS at the minute is a mere 1 in 8,000. Cunuel accuracy at its best there. Yeah, honestly, seeing the Heaven Punisher drop though a few days ago, that was really, really cool. It's nice to see something really rare drop for a change. It's always funny for us because we play on the European ship. Barely anyone typically plays on the European ship, so whenever you see a banner for European ship, there's a good chance it's one of us. Yeah, Drac was saying that there was a 35 hit on Tech Worm. That's a really nice drop. Yeah, Drafia and Lumerus has actually had a couple of banners recently, but unfortunately none of those banners have been us. Oh, we also got PD by Americas, cool. I mean, starters we mean to go on, I guess. At least I already have the Yasminkov, so I'm not too salty about that. I always get excited when the banner shows at you thinking you finally got it. I mean, it's been a long time coming, you know? For those that weren't around here last year we did get 2 sealed JSI drops. Vector got 1 and Parkins got 1, so we have seen 2 drop. So it does apparently exist. The issue at the minute, I think, is that a lot of the boosted rates are not at their best at the minute. I mean, they're still good. I think currently we're on about, I think it's 125% drop all rate and 125% rare drop rate, and they kind of work in tandem with each other. That was a Gigi badge. Yeah, big shout out to whoever decided to make the anniversary badges reds. Oh, another one. So that is 2 SJS PDs essentially in a row. See this? This is the face of a broken man. Maybe it's a hint, maybe it's saying like we're going to tease you a few times, then we're going to drop it right at the end of this quest. Let's just tell ourselves that and just cope a bit more. I mean, hey, at least one of them is a gold badge. At least it's useful. It looks like Drac levels, cool. Only 3 more. It's supposed to be off media for mental health, just trying to tempt a little anniversary stream and get mauled by badge hell. It's been rough. It's been rough. Yeah, this anniversary so far has not treated us as kindly as the last one. Well, maybe it's this one. If I can ever hit the damn thing. Or maybe not. Yeah, I'm not touching that. I like how she's managing to demons ill girls. Who can't demons anything else. Despite the fact ill girls have higher evade than pretty much everything here. I don't really understand how that works, but I'll take it. Oh, they were paralyzed, yeah, fair enough. That's probably the only chance I've got of actually demons in one. But 6 days of no games and no streams or Twitch or anything. Okay. You're just trying to sort of like get offline for a bit. Hi, Bun. Good to see you. I don't know if you saw, but I just got badged by Gigius twice in a row. Yeah, I mean, realistically, you know, if anything is going to drop in PSO pretty much for the year, it's probably going to be in the next few weeks. Badges are gearing me up for the main event. I mean, hopefully. I like to keep telling myself that. Yeah, we've had some horrible luck recently, though. I mean, even just trying to find rare enemies, because that is one of the main boosts at the minute. One of the last things we unlocked was an extra 25% rare enemy rate. So we're currently at, I think it's 175% rare enemy rate. Not that you would think that if you've been in any of our games. Apparently all the rare enemies have gone into hiding and just don't exist anymore. Well, this is going well. Although it has to be said, this is still going better than the run I had on the US ship earlier. Had a cast ranger join the team and then refused to use any traps for the entire run. Well, we've done a run. I like the PB at the end for no reason. Yeah, Ellie, I think if you get sort of too exposed to a lot of media, it can be a bit overwhelming sometimes, particularly at the minute. Okay, so unfortunately no SJS, who would have thought? Bet you the guy in multiplayer human characters and just forgot they had traps. Yeah, they seriously used 0 traps for the entire run, and it was in tower. And they basically just used the Yasminkov 9000 for the whole run. I apparently maxed on power materials. I think he may have pulled a frozen shooter once or twice. I was basically doing the majority of the freezing, because I was playing my ranger at the time. It was pretty abysmal. So you know, like the big ill girl spawns at the end, where it'd be really, really nice to have a freeze trap, you know, to stop them from just killing everyone. Nah. I'm sorry, guys. SJS didn't drop. Oh, Jesus. I mean, someone was going to play it eventually. I still hate this song exists. I should probably just say as well, if there is anyone new, please don't play the disc for Eatler Strange Fruits, because that is very DMCA. pretty much everything else I think is okay. But yeah. Oh, Deja Vu as well. Don't play Deja Vu. That's also DMCA. Right, so we have done one SJS. Yeah, it's weird. It's only certain songs. Loads of songs are fine, but the Heedless Strange Fruits, it was like reused in PSO 2 for something, and yeah, they like to copyright claim it. Yeah, Fly Me to the Moon is probably pretty dangerous as well, yeah. So we can play the Golden Axe Metal song. I mean, I genuinely have no idea. I've never tried playing it. Alright, so how many have we got? Let's have a look. We have 8, so we could do 2 full teams. So, I mean, so we've done one SJS run. I mean, obviously I want to do more during the stream. Do people want to do another Skylight Tower, or do you want to do something else then come back to Skylight Tower? One Sky Tower, one White Tower. And I mean, yeah, sounds good to me if people want to do that. The Crush 40 songs are weird, Ellie, so I've had them play before and never had any issues. You would think they would be very DMCA, but for some reason they've never flagged. I don't know why. Well, I guess I can make the Skylight Tower run if people want to cope even more. Yeah, that's a good symbol, chat. We'll just try and bribe them all to drop rares. Password is stream for anyone that wants to join. We will do something other than tower. Oh, Neema's coming as well, okay. We will try and do at least one Green Hill spaceship as well while we're streaming. Because I know you need help with gold as well. It just occurred to me there's more than one NA ship. Yeah, Divaloka is the classic ship. So yeah, because I think classic is basically just like episode 1 and 2 drops. I guess if you wanted to kind of recreate GameCube PSO without all the busted Bluebird stuff, you can play that. For me, I don't, because I think it limits you too much personally. I can't imagine there's too many classic players. Also, just while we're getting going here as well, for anyone who didn't see the post I made on Discord or on Twitter, the recent NGS headline, they did like a live event in Japan. It was only streamed on the Japanese side. I don't know if we're getting a dub version at some point, but they have announced that they are doing some pop-up shops for PSO 25th anniversary merch, and it happens to land when I'm in Japan, so I'm going to try and go along to it. I don't know if there's any plans to bring it to the West or anything, but yeah, there was a few bits of PSO merch, and then there was a little bit of PSO 2 and PSO 2 NGS mixed in with it as well. But yeah, that is going to be a dangerous day in Japan, I think. It's literally on the day after I land in Japan, so I will attempt to not spend all of my spending money in one store. 25th anniversary, you're going to do something in the game, Sega, buy our merch. We know they are doing something in NGS as well, some kind of collab with PSO. Whether they announce anything else, still don't know. I'm just happy to see they actually remember PSO exists. Yeah, for anyone who, I don't know if anyone will be sort of going to Japan towards the end of the year, but the time frame for it, I think there was one pop-up store in Shinjuku, which I think goes from like the middle of October until right at the beginning of November. And then the second one is in December in Akihabara. They only showed a little bit of the merch. It seems to mainly be things like acrylic stands. There was some clothing, I think. A few things like mugs. It looked like it was a fairly small shop, but I forget I'm in Japan when it's on. I may as well go to it. So the council merch and kind of want it. Yeah, because there was some PSO2 and NGS merch as well. I really don't like these murder flowers. Yeah, there was a bit of PSO2 and NGS stuff as well, and there was some merch that was kind of a like combination of PSO and NGS. There was one, it was kind of cool actually. It was called the Mag Mug, which is a little in-joke because in Japanese, basically the word for mag is magu, which can also be mug. So it's either the Mag Mag or the Mug Mug or the Mag Mug. And it was just a mug covered in loads of pictures of mags from PSO and PSO2. My main takeaway from it was that it had Sato on it, therefore I need it. Lowest area, Seabed and Tower needs 600 more points for next point bonus. Right, you heard Draffy it. The stream is now 600 tower runs. And no matter look, I still wouldn't find SJS. That was a bit spicy. Yeah, I mean, I've been trying to work out for the points, like how we're doing overall. I mean, the event's about 4 weeks long. We're at, I think we're somewhere around 6,000 points at the minute. That's a good point, Harry. Yeah, it is only 150 runs with a 4-stack. Yeah, I think we're on a little bit over 6,000 points at the minute. I think the last goal is 20,000. Realistically, I would imagine that the rate of getting points will probably go down as the weeks go on. Because I imagine people will get burned out of the event and find things they want. And then maybe we see a bit of an uptick right at the end when people might log on to desperately try and find stuff. How have they nerfed Forest this time? Not well. So they tried something. Oh, you... Swear to God, these badges. Yeah, so the way that they nerfed the Forest run this time, they've basically done it so if, I think it's so the top 3 quests, if the top 3 most ranked quests are more than 500 points ahead of the median points overall, then they get a minus 25% rate to badges. So you effectively get less badges. In reality, whenever we've ran a top 3 quest, it doesn't seem to make a whole lot of difference to me, honestly. Yeah, and if anything, you've taken away the badge drops, so that... Unless I'm reading into it wrong, by taking badge drops away or by lowering them, are you then not just making it easier to get other things instead? But yeah, the short answer to the question, Pika, is basically the nerf hasn't worked at all. If you go and look at the scoreboard, like Forest is on above 30,000 points already. It's basically the same as last year. We've been talking about it a bit, like what they could do to try and stop people from spamming Forest so much. And the only thing to come with is maybe nerfing the rare drop rate in Forest Quest if it gets too high. The thing is, it is slightly unfair because I suppose if you've got a blue full character, obviously Forest is one of your strongest areas for, you know, Hildertop Heaven Punisher. So I feel that maybe nerfing the quest would be kind of unfair to blue full in that case. The alternative is, like we're saying here, is to maybe change the drop charts. Oops, somebody's got a Grant's 30 disc, nice. Yeah, I'm not sure, Richard, how the drop system for the badges works. I don't know when it actually works out the chance of a badge. But they're not implement a gate like a lock system after so many players. I think the issue then is you're essentially locking people out who maybe just got to Ultimate. Because obviously Forest, again, with it being the first area in the game, it's ideal for people who just got into Ultimate. So there is a use for Forest that I am happy for people to run it for, which is to level up. Because it is a really good leveling quest for, you know, people who just got into ult. Although with the experience at the minute, pretty much anyone is getting good experience from it. Yeah, it's a tough one. I really don't know how they would balance it enough to dissuade people from spamming Forest so much. Obviously, you still want people to run it to keep the points going for Forest, but you don't want it to get to a point where Forest is pretty much the only quest people are doing. I mean, you'll notice it a lot when you see the banners, that a lot of the banners will be from Forest. Yeah, I'm really not sure what else they could do to try and balance it. Change the mob types. I mean, I will say, for how short the quest is, it is extremely good for hunting hill delts. And I was talking to Mist about this recently as well, and we were saying that realistically, there doesn't need to be another good quest for hunting hill delts in F1, because you've got Tyrell's Ego. So yeah, I don't know, it's a difficult one. They're obviously trying different methods to try and dissuade people from spamming it, but so far we don't seem to have got a solution that actually works. I mean, the problem is as well is that even if they did manage to fix it for Forest, then you have the same problem with Desert, because Desert is also pretty bad for it. Not to the extent of Forest, but there are also a lot of points in Desert. Maybe it's just maybe it just shows that there's kind of an imbalance in the drops for the game. That some areas are just too lucrative. You don't tend to really notice it until the anniversary starts, though. You just got a gold and a bronze in one Forest run. The nerf's terrible. mean, my experience with the Ephinea anniversary, I really only have experience of like this year and last year. So I didn't really play much on Ephinea before then. So I don't know how the event worked in years before last year, because I understand last year changed the formula quite a bit. Used to just be mob kills, okay. Just like overall mob kills. I mean, I suppose even with mob kills, you're still going to have a similar problem, aren't you? Because I guess Forest is very, very easy mobs and like fast mob kills. So even with that, you're still going to have a similar kind of problem. Although I guess if it was just overall mob kills, it wouldn't matter because Forest would still contribute. I mean, for myself, it doesn't matter too much. I mean, I think I have done, what, 2 Forest runs the whole event? I've probably ran Tower about 5 times more than anything else. Alright, here's our last Giga spawn. I like to think that this is like to bless this spawn. I'll take any cope at this point, honestly, with this hunt. Why they didn't make Lilith or TP is beyond me. Yeah, it's a decision. Well, there goes another tower run with no SJS. It's almost as if it's a difficult hunt. Well, if anything, we are contributing towards the points for tower. Yeah, that's the thing. It's still 1 in 8k. I think last year, I think it got down to about 1 in 6k at its best. I mean, there is a quote-unquote better quest for Gigas, but I try not to subject people to it. Also, another change this year for anyone who doesn't know. The platinum badges, which are the extremely rare ones, they've actually changed some of the trade-in. So last year you could get Lavis Cannon as one of the options for it. They've removed Lavis Cannon from the trade-ins for it, and they've added a Sonic Doll, which makes a Sonic Mag. So just be aware of that if you are lucky enough to get an anniversary platinum badge. There's still a few other options as well, but yeah. Got a bit of a squad going now. I think we've still got 8, so do for 2 full teams potentially. If this banner is for a SJS slot, I swear. At level 200 now. I'll let you have that. Congratulations on 200. We have 10 in total. Oh, you're in Parkins doing a mag waiting room. Okay. We have 10 people. Oh yeah, the mask will well and truly slip if there's a sealed JSR banner. Other than P1, what's good in Seabed? I think... Can it get Yunchang? Yeah. Yeah, Blueful Seabed is pretty good. Alright, so what is up at the minute? Let's have a look. Alright, so they're doing, looks like virtual limits 1. I mean, I am fan to switch characters as well at any point, so if anyone needs another ID, I can switch. I was thinking, yeah, if we've got... How many have we got here now? So... Okay, so we have 2 runs for Heaven Strike, okay. Maybe we stay as a 4 then? So there's like a 4-3-3? Yeah, I think maybe we stay as a 4 then. That sound good? Yeah, I didn't expect you to play as a Hughcast. We're a football team now, yeah, 4-3-3. Is there anything you guys want to hunt for? I do just need a slight reprieve from SJS, then I can go back to it. I mean, what's the lowest points at the minute? I'm going to assume it's the usual suspects. So yeah, Tower, Seabed, and Spaceship are the lowest. Thinking Maxi Yellow Balls, Exile Viridia, Creative Viridia, or Mines. Yeah, I'm down to do any of those. Or just at A1, A2. Yeah, do you want to do do you want to do a Skylight A1? I mean, it has 2 Gigas in it. Yeah, sure, yeah, I will make a game. So again, password will be stream. Little banner. Gizonde level 30 disc, okay. That's acceptable. I'm going to be assessing all these banners now. Double badged in the first 2 rooms. Oof. Yeah, I think the game is out for blood today. There you go, good to see you. They don't even say if it's in forest. I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think Gazonde 30 drops in forest. So I think they're safe. In fact, I don't think any level 30 attack techs drop in forest. I think they start from caves. It's really oddly specific with the level 30 attack techs, like they can only drop in specific parts of areas. Oh yeah, I actually never noticed that at all, yeah. The computers behind the counter, yeah, are basically this texture here, along the, like the ridge here. They just continued it for the computers. I have never noticed that. Keep the dream alive, brother. One day we'll get a remaster. I hope so, man. I hope so. Right. Yeah, it's probably just optimization, to be fair. We just noticed that. Baron's is blue and Garen's is green, yeah. You see what they did there? Yep, this texture, yeah. Oh, it just reused it there as well, yeah. Yeah, I see it. Alright, so this quest is fun. For anyone who hasn't seen these quests, these are what are called Omnispawn quests. So essentially any monster from the game pretty much spawns here. It starts off like a regular mine run. And then it just gets more and more unhinged as it goes on, basically. But it's a great quest for hunting because there's so many different enemy types. So you can see now we've got Ep2, Sinnohs, and Belras. And the way it works for drops, if you're wondering, is if you do this one, August Atrocity 1, all the enemies have the Rep 1 drops. Obviously, if they don't appear in episode 1, then they have their normal drops, so the Ep 4 enemies will always have their Ep 4 drop. And if you do August Atrocity 2, that gives you the episode 2 drops. That Morphos just shot me while it was frozen. I do take some issue with that. This is August Atrocity, yeah, so this is August Atrocity 1. These quests as well, if you run them, although they're not counted towards the count in terms of determining what the lowest points are, these quests do reward points towards the events. So if you complete one of these on Ultimate, it gives you 2 points instead of 1 per player. And it will give those points to whatever the low scoring area is. So there is a benefit to doing them as well. I mean, the other benefit is just there's tons of different enemies, so they're really good for hunting stuff. I would say they're not a particularly good quest for hunting specific items because some enemies you only get a couple of. But there are so many different enemies in the game, you know, in this quest, that you have a decent chance of getting something. Oh yeah, don't solo it. I mean, there's probably some classes with good gear that can maybe do it, but yeah, it'd be rough solo. Particularly near the end. You can get Dragon Slayers and Justies, yeah, I mean, that's 90% of what you will get. As with every other quest on Skylight. Perfect timing, by the way. No drops, but 5 badges in a single run, multiple silvers. I mean, at least the badges are useful, I guess. Oddly, if you run this in Ultimate, you tend to run into a weird problem, which is you end up with more silver badges than gold, silver badges than bronze. you know what? I will take that badge drop. If that spares me for my Dragon Slayer, I'm cool with it. Yeah, it's definitely quite a tough quest overall, so yeah, make sure you just got a good party for it. Speaking of silver badges, did you just get badged again? I wonder if you got killed by Panams, because Panams have really funky AI. The reason I'm thinking that is because I know there's a Panams in TTF that can like shoot you from about 3 rooms away for seemingly no reason. So Panams are very, very buggy. So maybe it was one of those. I meant me, okay, fair enough. Yeah, I will say I do like these Omnispawn quests. They are a really cool idea. I have also noticed that for some reason those two Morphos don't seem to respect the turn you back to them trick for some reason. I hope they haven't still fixed that. They gain power in mines, is that how it works? It normally can exploit them pretty easily, but for some reason those two in that room, I never seem to be able to. See if I can do it with this one. Yeah, that one didn't seem to shoot me. Very weird. It shot someone else instead. I did question how they got the Mericarls into mines. They're clearly too big for the doors. They grow them. Well, from little seeds. I swear, I fall for that spawn every single time. Yeah, Skylight's kind of ridiculous for this quest. There are so many good drops you can potentially get from it. I mean, you won't because the game's stingy, but you can believe you're going to get them. I Fallout crossover we never even asked for. I'm gonna assume it was accidental. Yeah. Yeah, I would say to anyone who's maybe not played Ephinea much or has like considered it, now is definitely the time to play if you want to start. Or if you've been away from it for a while and want to try and find something, next few weeks is the time to do it. It even gets incested from the Barons as well. I mean, you're not going to because it's 8,000, but it's there, technically. How should I decide which of the event missions to take? Got level 54, you can see I'm still learning the game mechanics. And just about solo hard ruins event quest if I bring enough mates. At 54, honestly, I would say your main thing is just trying to get to 80. I wouldn't worry too much about which one to do because... And again, I could be wrong on this. As far as I'm aware, I think only ultimate mode clears count towards points, but I could be wrong. Feel underleveled from the fact that gear is dropping you can't equip. Honestly, you will find that quite often though, particularly when you're going through sort of hard and very hard. Things like armors that drop will quite often be higher level than you are as you're leveling. Just hopped on Ephinea after not playing PSO for years and it's been nice getting up to speed fast. It's a really good time to do it because the experience is ridiculous at the minute. It's on 200% at the minute, I think, for experience. Yeah, it's a really good point, Eve, actually, yeah. So even running in, you know, hard or even in normal, you can still get bronze badges. It's also worth checking out the anniversary shop as well. I will have a video going live on Tuesday about the different aspects of the anniversary event, just to sort of explain how it works. But yeah, basically just try and get as many badges as you can. Yeah, ad slots are really important. I mean, the bronze badges, I would honestly say ad slots are maybe the most useful thing you can get with them. You can also gamble with the bronze badges as well, and there is some good stuff you can get from the gambling, but it is a big risk. You do get a lot of monomits and monofluids, unfortunately, as well. Yeah, so for the bronze badges, I think it's 8 bronze badges to get an ad slot, which honestly isn't bad. I mean, you get bronze badges quite commonly anywhere. He says having virtually none drop this run. I would also probably say as well, if you are leveling up in the low difficulties, probably avoid tower to level. And there's not that many enemies in the tower quest in comparison, and they might give you a bit of trouble. I think the other quests are probably more efficient. Even in ultimate, you don't really use tower for experience, honestly. You mainly use it for the hope of getting decent raz. Running ultimate event quests, I have over double the silver badges over bronze. Yeah, I mean, bronze badges do drop pretty often, but I think the issue is with ultimate is you get silver badges every time you clear a quest as well. So I'm the same, I've got way more silvers than bronzes. Oh, there's a bronze. Oh, look, material, nice. It's as you can see, kind of this quest just kind of devolves towards the end. It doesn't really resemble mines very much. Yeah, I think once you get to 80, it's not too bad. I think once you're at 80, you can look at the quests, see what's got the least points. Just bear in mind that level 80, some of them are still going to be quite hard for you, so yeah, I'd probably advise maybe staying away from places like Tower or Seabed. I mean, the Seabed quest is still pretty rough at high level, so unless you've got a really decent party. I still kind of feel for Seabed that the best way to do it is just to have a team full of rangers with hell weapons. That seems to work pretty well. Well, hell and demons, yeah, hell for basically everything and then demons for the Delbiters. You wonder what the etiquette was for joining a group in Ultimate, what level should be first. I think most people would be fine with you joining once you're at 80. I would just say, like, from a difficulty standpoint, I would say maybe avoid some of the later areas. I think the only other etiquette I can think of is really is look at the game names when you join them, because some of them, if they say things like RES, that usually means reserved. So they're waiting for a specific person. Some games will also ask for a force in the title, or they might ask for a no force. But it'll usually say that in the game name anywhere. If there's no mention of like specific classes or anything, then I would just feel free to join them. Well, there's our 2 Gigus. She got badged. Oh. That must be about what? About the 4th or 5th Gigu badge this stream? Yeah, generally, I wouldn't worry too much about the etiquette of joining parties, really. I mean, I think there's other things you have to be aware of now and again, so just be aware of what people might be hunting, I guess. So if you're running a Caves quest, not specifically for this event, but if you're running like a quest in Caves and the game's on Red Rear, they probably might be wanting to go for Lavis Cannon. So in that case, you probably don't want to be using things like Giffey to instant kill the slimes, because you probably want to let them split the slimes. But generally, I think people for the most part are pretty chill about who joins. I think the way I look at it is, you know, I think the Ephinea player base is mainly made up of people who were either playing PSO at the time, and then you've probably got people who've gone back to check it out who maybe didn't play it originally. And, you know, for some people, it's going to be their first experiences with the game, so I'm generally quite sort of lenient with people in this. Everyone has to learn it, so... Go on then, I'll boost that for no reason. It's more about being weak or joint to farm experience, since the leveling goes a lot faster than item finding. I mean, honestly, I would just say, while the event's on, make the most of it. This is the most experience you'll get all year, more or less, so... Yeah, it was a good run. I don't think anything really dropped, but I'm not surprised. Thanks for the YouTube guides. Really nice having some recent info. Yeah, I mean, I try to be as accurate as I can with it. I know there's been a couple of things where I've got things a bit wrong, but the most of it should be accurate. The issue is I started with GameCube, and some of the things from GameCube to Blueburst changed a bit, but the majority of the info should be right. It's like the notes you didn't play, it's the drops that didn't drop. Well, that was very uneventful. Met back in 45 minutes or so. GG's. Ah, no worries. I want to say RBR still works during the event. To be honest, I always forget RBR exists during the event. So I'm assuming no luck with the Heaven Strikers then. Yeah, so RBR would give a bit more of a boost. Penumbral Surge for purple for Heaven Punisher. We could. Oh, you got a Hilda to show up. Nice one. I don't see a banner though, so I'm assuming no one got a Heaven Punisher. It's more badges than anything. Okay. Sounds like my experience so far. We saw Marissa, but of course it's not when I'm doing resets. Yeah, I mean, when we were doing very hard Ep4 earlier, we got a Pazuzu show up in very hard. You know, I've been running for Ultimate for quite a while for a Pazuzu. No sign of any. As soon as I do very hard, one shows up. Who wants to come Extinction events and Dell servers? Yeah, I got man. Yeah, I'll do a Green Hill Spaceship run for gold, and then I don't know if another team wants to do PS4 purple, or we can just kind of rotate around really. We've got enough players, so we've done some SJS Cup, so we need to do some gold Cup now, I guess. Oh, it's Anguish one as well, alright. Well, this will be an experience. So, Barons is with Anguish, nice. Yeah, Anguish, for anyone who hasn't done it before, basically boosts the stats above what they are normally in Ultimate. It does give you some boosts as well, but it makes things a lot harder. I do have a Demon's Ray gun. Whether I can hit anything with it is another thing. Yeah, there used to be 10 levels of Anguish, and it got like harder and harder the higher you did it. They reduced it to 3 recently, but it kind of scales roughly equivalent. So at the minute, all monsters have 40% more attack power. We can just start this because people start on the other side as well, so there's like 2 terminals. Yeah, I never understand why Spaceship does that for so many quests, but now the good thing is that almost everything in Spaceship is weak to hell. So that does help somewhat. So with that in mind, you would think that I would have brought my Hell Slicer. Of course I didn't. Would you ever consider doing Anguish 3 PW4 resets? No. Main reasons because of the Ilgil at the start. The very first enemy in PW4 resets is Ilgil. I don't think I could kill an Anguish 3. Genuinely. Yeah, I literally have a S-rank slicer. Maybe I should get it for this. Maybe that would help. Maybe that's a good idea. Depends where it is. I've actually got no idea where it is at the minute. We've got a squad together, maybe. I mean, I can't remember how much red drop bonus you get from an Anguish 3. $1975 Agato. Is it forest? It's a forest drop. So clearly the forest is still quite popular. Putting it very lightly. Do you know what? I'm going to go and look to see if I can get this Hell Slicer. Yeah, I did the entire challenge mode to get this Slicer. And I always forget to use it. Why the no forest chat thing? Because if you look at the scores for the areas at the minute, forest is significantly further ahead than anywhere else. And it's not helping us unlock goals. So it's kind of a bit of a meme that we sort of dunk on people running forest. Right, where is this slicer? Is it anywhere? There it is. Not that I'll be able to hit anything with it. He says instantly killing something with it. Okay, fair enough. I'm going to assume that these don't particularly care about instant kill. You can insta-kill Baronses, really? I just mean hell in general. The rate sucks to do it. Okay, fair enough. They have 80 dark resist. So yeah, there's a chance, but not much. I'm trying to do the SNS glitch, but it's a bit awkward to do it in a small room. How do you feel about the rewards this year? What, in terms of the unlock boosts? I mean, the experience boost that we've unlocked so far is going to be handy for everyone. The rarity rate, I'm not feeling so far. I realise it's just me being unlucky, but yeah. I've had not much luck with rare enemies since that was boosted. I feel I got more rare enemies before it was boosted. Which makes no sense, but... Ah, there we go. I'm actually getting a couple of kills. I have far too many weapons with me now. Yeah, the rewards seem okay. They should get better as we go on. I mean, I'm going to assume... I think based on last year, I'm going to assume that at least one of them is probably increased to badge rate. I would assume that one is probably rare drop boost. One of them is maybe drop all rate boost. Maybe an increase in rate to photon drops, which is a blessing and a curse. Yeah, I'm getting the odd hell kill now and again. Hunewell accuracy is really not helping, but... PDs were great for me. Got to scrounge some trophy units in a mag. I mean, they're useful, don't get me wrong. It just sucks when they drop from something that you're hunting an item from. They're simultaneously like the item you want the most and the least. Yeah, obviously the issue is because they're in red boxes. Oh, was that a Del Saver badge? Yeah, the badges also have the same problem. So the badges are also in red boxes. So it's just heartbreaking when you get something ridiculously rare and you see a red box drop. And it's a badge. Yeah, they could have chose any other colour for the badges, but no, they had to make them red boxes. I'm not sure what Del Saber did there. So it went for me and then just changed its mind for someone else at the other end of the room. I mean, I'll take it. I wanted the former. I mean, yeah, they do go for forces, so... Please, no. Yeah, I think the Sorcerers go after Rangers. I can't remember. I know that Del Saber's go after Forces, and I think Gibbles does as well. I really don't like these guys. Well, that was fun. That's the worst spawn of the whole run. I do like in Spaceship that you can basically just stick a hell weapon in and kill more or less everything there. But I do not envy you trying to hunt gold. Like, I legit think that might be one of the hardest things in the game to get. Yeah, Shifty, I would definitely use the event. Just, you know, get as many levels as you can, get as many photon drops and badges as you can. It should put you in a really good position for once the event ends, I think. Because the other thing is, well, obviously, because a lot of stuff is dropping, apparently, for other people, the prices on things are going down a bit. So you might be able to get into some better gear a bit cheaper as well. Yeah, we are having no luck whatsoever. Also, since Vectroid's here, I've got to call it out. Yeah, so Vectroid here recently found a 70% hit Heaven Punisher. Hi, Vibe Money, good to see you. Yes, that's a 7-0 hit Heaven Punisher. It is probably the rarest thing I've ever seen drop on the server. So yeah, massive congratulations for that. And that was before the event even started. Just insane drop. Like, I've never seen anything like that drop. There was the 100 hit slicer of Fnatic as well. I genuinely don't know what's rare. The 100 hit slicer of Fnatic is insanely rare. I think the Heaven Punisher is rarer though. Just because the slicer of Fnatic itself, the drop is only about 1 in 1200. But then getting 100 hit is ridiculously hard. With Heaven Punisher, you've got the ridiculous drop rate and then the chance of 70 hit. And 70 hit itself is really hard to get. So I don't know, I have a feeling the 70 hits Heaven Punisher might be the rarest. Not to take anything away from the 100 hit slicer of Fnatic, because that is also insane. Still the rare drop rate. Like I said, that was before the event even started. The thought inside is 100 hit slicer of Fnatic works out to 1 in 83 million. Dare I even ask what the rate is for that Heaven Punisher then? I mean, 1 in 83 million is, you know, a fairly difficult drop. Can you imagine that Nemo though, getting one of the ID cards with hit? 1 in 167 million for the Heaven Punisher. Jesus. Yeah, well, enjoy that. That's what the math guy in Discord says. It's just insane. I did see someone else got a double Psycho one drop, and I think both Psycho ones had hit as well. And that was like ridiculous odds as well. I would like to know where all of these rare drops are for us. But, you know, we've got 3 weeks more. Alright, so Nemu has immediately gone to run for another gold run. Don't blame it. Right, how many we've got? We have 4 or 5 depending on who's active. What if they took all the rare luck? Maybe. Not running good for now, SJS. Yeah, I mean, it's up to you. We can do SJS, I'm more than happy to. Depends what quest you want to do. Do you still want to do Tower, or do you want to do something else? Watching the stream, cooking breakfast, I know worries. Yeah, what are they actually doing at the minute? Heaven Striker. Okay, fair enough. You want to do blue seabed, but we need 4 people. I mean, I'm down to do a blue full seabed, yeah? If we can get 4 for blue full seabed, that's cool as well. I mean, I think seabed probably needs points anywhere. Yeah, seabed's still in the bottom 3, so... If you're going to do blue full seabed, I might change character, just to get some of the experience from it. And because I think Ranger probably works better there. So I might get my Rimal. But yeah, I'm totally fine doing blue full seabed if you want. So I will go and get my Ranger. Yeah, no worries, Draffy. Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, seabed does need points, and you know, blue full seabed is really good, so it's just a rough quest. Yeah, the experience this event has been insane though. Like this Ranger, she was about 150 when the event started, less than a week ago, and I've been playing other characters, and she's already 165. You don't know the password. Well, it should be the normal password, Vector. Unless it's misspelled or something, I don't know. We'll find out. Yeah, the password is not what it normally is. Do you know what you set it to, Draffia? Unless, is it a capital, maybe? Oh, it's capital S, okay. Yeah, capital S. Oh, go on, while I'm here. Let's have a gamba. Priest mine, nice. Thanks for that. No, no worries, that's fine. Right, I should probably get escape doll for this because Seabed's a bit rough. Oof, you got mana fluids. Which is probably the most useless thing you can get as a Hue cast. Oh, ban it. Dumpy found a Rabata level 30. That's actually a really nice disc. Of course, it's someone called Dumpy. I mean, I doubt Rabata 30 is in Forest. Alright, we'll try this. Right, I do have my Hell Needle and I do have my Demon's Mech, so that'll help at least. Just soon dinner can join after. Yeah, no worries, Harry. Hell, do you wanna work? Thank you. Hell, please. They're meant to have low dark resist. Also buying Pokemon cards on whatnot and got a bit addicted. It's been a while since I collected Pokemon cards, but yeah. You got badged from the zoo. Yeah, this is like the normal Seabed experience. Yeah, Seabed is definitely one of the harder areas in the game for sure. It would be easier if my Hell Needle would actually kill something. I really need to be 502 on this character, honestly. I'm still using 501 and the boost's not big enough here. Didn't even see that Morphos. Well, the Demon's S-Rank mechs are so good on Ranger. Ah, there we go, it worked that time. It's interesting that you mentioned about the Pokemon cards, like the feeling of getting like a good one. I think that's kind of the reason I like PSO so much. It always feels really good when you get something really nice to drop. It's just the periods of misery in between finding stuff that's not so good. I feel there's gonna be some Delbiters there. It's a gambling addiction. I mean, it's pretty close to it, yeah. Honestly, man, with some of the rates in this game, you're better off just putting the lottery on, honestly. There's plenty of banners happening, but yeah. Someone got a red ring. Oh, can I not cheese you from that? It's unfortunate. Yeah, Seabed is never easy. I think this is a quest that is better if you got 4 people for sure. Yeah, I mean, it's not hard to see why some of the quests are like lower ranked than others. You know, Tower is obviously full of instant kills, so it's understandable that not many people want to run that. And Seabed is just a generally difficult area, so I'm not surprised that people are put off from running it. God, this Sinnoh's just not letting me go. These spinning guys are really annoying as well. They desync really, really easily. Sometimes you'll get it where they'll be frozen, but you won't be able to target them. Like that. I can't target that. Could probably do with the enemies gelling in, really. Right, just get frozen a second. Yeah, hell works really well on those. Forcing a party is probably the most hectic, so many buttons to press. Oh yeah, it is probably the most difficult class to play in a party, yeah. Yeah, so trying to balance everything, isn't it? You know, trying to buff your party, you're trying to debuff the enemies, keep everyone healed. Damage is kind of like bottom of the priorities, really. I think it doesn't help as well that Force gets really nerfed in multiplayer for damage. In most areas, anyway. Ep4 Force is just destroy. He's been really stingy with the drops today, I swear. I don't think I've had a single batch so far. Not from this quest, anyway. And this is meant to have plus 25% badges at the minute. I need to get my position right. Is that good? Get more in desert, it's weird. It's really odd, isn't it? Yeah, like some of the quests that apparently have minus 25% badge rate, I seem to get more badges on. Yeah, at least we're contributing to the points for Seabed. Someone has to. Why have you gone out of the room? Alright. Del Deaths are really weird, like, they sometimes just go out the room like that, and occasionally they'll just fire, like, Megad outside the room as well. They just do not respect boundaries at all. The gel biters are so nasty. Alright, let's see if we can actually do a Photon Blast. We're just gonna wait. Looks like it. Yeah, we can wait, it's fine. Yeah, I think I definitely do want to get a V5 or 2 just to make the hell on this a bit more effective. But it's one of those items that I really don't want to hunt, so I might just buy one. Mainly because the hunt for it is pretty much tower. And I do enough tower as it is. Yeah, hopefully people in chat, I hope that you're finding something decent in this event so far. Thank you for the Baron's jump scare. I mean, someone has to have found something good, surely. I heard that and thought, damn, did I leave one alive? Oh, that's gonna like lag out the photon blasts. For all the forests I have run, still only a single tar. It's a curse of running forest, you say. Yeah, Vector was just doing a T-pose, yeah. I think it's a weird thing that happens. I think if someone does a photon blast and a second person does one slightly too late, it makes like the second person like T-pose. They always appear when you least expect them. I mean, they do. They do. Not the best time to get frozen. Yeah, I think these are one of my least favorite enemies in the game. I know Ellie really likes them, but yeah, they are not for me. Only thing I want to hunt aren't rare drop mobs, and I know they'll always boost rare mob rate before they boost drop rates. Yeah, I would assume that rare drop is probably one of the last things they'll boost. I love Hell Needle when it works, though. I know it's a bit hit and miss sometimes, but it's really nice when it works. It then proceeds to stop working again. Blue Sinners have high ADK. You can still hell them. Yeah, the hell works really well on the red ones. You can still get the blue ones with hell. But yeah, they are harder. Yeah, and that's why we don't do a 3-person seabed. Yeah, I got no badges. I don't know if anyone did. That might have been a completely badgeless run. Again, plus 25% badge rate, by the way. Nice. We all got no badges. Amazing. That badge you got there is just the one for completing the quest, so... Seabed sucks. You're glad it's last. One day there's going to be a 50-hit charge Vulcan in that shop. One day. Still haven't seen one. Even with 502, I find the rate doesn't change much. Okay. I wonder why 502 is so much more expensive than 501 then. At this point, they should make it so only forest counts for points. We have a busy lobby. This is what I like about the anniversary event. Loads more people start playing. If you are wondering how many people are playing this, by the way, at the minute, just to show you, there are currently 402 people on the US ship, 49 on the Japanese ship, and 56 on the European ship. It's not doing too bad, really. Room 21 is packed, yeah. We are the hub of the European ship. There are hundreds of us, yeah. Hundreds. Forest is nearly at 32k. We could do Perp Caves. I also. Pretty golden axe, nice. Need Perp Caves. I mean, there's a couple of us purple them here, so we could do a couple of purple them cave runs. I mean, I'll make one. Cave is really easy as well, so... So, usual password. Unit Sky A1. Yeah, no worries, Drac. I expect to see a sealed JSOD banner. From those two Gigus. You lost the No Forest emote, no worries, we can get that back. Yeah, it's crazy how many more people start playing during the anniversary. I think there are a lot of people who basically come back to the game for the anniversary event, try and find the stuff, and then probably just drop the game for the rest of the year. Nice thing about being a purple is being able to solo Anguish 3 MA full 1C full curves. Yeah, I basically, if I'm soloing for Cycle 1, I tend to use 1B, but I know we ran 1C yesterday. I think 1C and 1B are pretty much identical for curves. Yeah, Force is ridiculous in solo mode. It is really funny because, I mean, obviously I use my 4 New World solo for Lavis Cannon, which is curves as well. And solo mode, you literally just walk into the middle of the room, and if it's lilies, you just spam Razonda and everything dies in like 2 casts. But if you try to do it multiplayer damage just falls off a cliff. And for some reason, they changed the resistance of lilies in multiplayer, which really annoys me. So you can't spam Razonda because they're immune to it in multiplayer, which makes no sense. So Vector's Party's at 3 out of 4 if anyone else wants to join that. 0 out of 3 mills this event so far. I don't think I've seen a purple mill yet this event. To be fair though, I haven't really hunted Psycho 1 a great deal. Oh, did we see one? Oh, yeah, so yeah, I have seen mill lilies on the wrong ID. I've seen several red Rhea mill lilies I don't need. I think I found about 4 or 5 demolition comets from mill lilies. Just none on purple them. But I'm kind of scared to run caves with my purple num because I know if I do, a red slime will show up. Because the game's made it very clear to me that I'm always going to get the wrong rare enemy. Oh, we got a guilty light. Big rise, big rise. Well, it's team points, I guess. It's ramping up. No, it's not. It very much is not at the minute. I don't think the ramp ever started. You got 1 attack power from Evelyn. Yeah, that's fun your life. I do wish this map was a bit better for slimes. Yeah, it's a bit disappointing for hunting slimes. You're gonna get a couple. I mean, there is some other quests that are really good for it anywhere, but... yeah, I hope you guys in chat have found something. And if you haven't, I hope you got a lot of levels, because at least you can get something out of this. I suppose the good thing is we are only, what, 1 weekend? There's plenty of time for the rates to increase more. Best drop so far is a V101. I mean, good drop. Photon drop, oof. I'm sorry. Yeah, so I think my best so far is a V501 and Aura Field. And it was only like a sort of medium stat aura field. Another red ring drop for someone. You got a badge from a V101 zoo. Oof. Yeah, that's harsh. Yeah, this quest is really good for nano dragons, honestly. So if you've got anything from one of those, that's probably worth doing. Unfortunately, I get purple num card, which is not something I particularly want. The sad thing is, I've had basically all this week to play a ton of PSO because I've been off work. Well, I'm back to work tomorrow, so I'll only be able to play in the evening, so hopefully I can get something from this event. I mean, the good thing is, at least we have had someone in the team get an Uber Rare. So we have achieved that at least. That reminds me, that's another thing I need to do for this character. I need to add some hit to a Baron's launcher. Just to point this out as well, for anyone who might not have done the event before, the anniversary shop for the event, that doesn't go away when the event ends. That is up there all year round. So don't feel you have to spend all your badges while the event's on. I will say as well, I do feel that the drop rate for the platinum badges, I don't seem to have seen as many banners for them this year so far. I mean, there was never a lot of them, but I think I've only seen one. I know more than that I've dropped, but I think I've only seen one. Seen one, yeah. I think there has been a couple that have dropped, but I don't know, it seems like people aren't getting them this year. I mean, they are like mega rare. Oh, Miss got a smoking plate. I mean, cool. So, 175% rarity rate, not a single millilily. I think there is a couple more at the ends, but we've had most of them. Nope, no millilily. Yeah, the rare enemy rate boost doing work. Yeah, basically nothing from that. Also, that's crazy. We have like nearly 50 people watching from like across YouTube and Twitch. Hello to everyone who might be watching for the first time. Hopefully we can find something on stream. That would be nice. How far off are we getting the next boost anyway? Let's have a look. We must be getting close to it, surely. Let's see. We're at 6,500, so we need 500 points more. Yeah. And the lowest is still Seabed. Yeah, so trying to think what the next boost might be. So I've just had rarity boost, so I'm guessing it's going to be either Mazetta boost or drop anything rate boost, maybe. Could also be a badge rate increase, which would kind of suck, but... Oh! Oh, nice! Nimbo just got Heaven Punisher. There we go. An Uber has dropped on stream. We've wished it into existence. Congratulations. I know that is technically not the Uber you are after, but congratulations anyway. Also, Skylight dropped, by the way. Nice. We make things happen here. Also, I've just realised that Minsk is playing Banana She. But yeah, congratulations on the Heaven Punisher. So I think that is that 3 that we found for the team this event so far? Because I think Yamada got 1 in Forest. And then someone either get 1 from Hilltop. Who cares about the Hilltop one? Whatever. Yeah, so Yamada got 1, then Drac got 1 from her Mirror Carol, and now Nimu's had 1 from her Spiggle. So yeah, we have found 3 Heaven Punishers in the team. Me next, me next. Yeah, should we just get a Heaven Punisher for everyone? I mean, I am on Purple Gnome. I could make a Purple Gnome CCA game. Give me a 90-hit Galatine. Oh, you got 1. Oh, nice. Yeah, the only Uber I have so far is Cycle 1, really. Like, I mean, Red Ring's up there, but yeah, Cycle 1's my biggest one, definitely. Let me align my green icon on Fowler. You got 5 red rings in the past month. That's insane. Just got a Tor in my run, Nada. The other 2 took them all. We are relocating the Heaven Punishers from Forest to Central Control. What's my rarest non-hit thing? PGF or Nug? I mean, Nug's probably a rarer drop in terms of the actual drop rate. It's up to you guys, so, I mean, I could make a Purple Number CCA game if you want to do a Heaven Punisher run. I just feel a bit greedy trying to get another one to drop, seeing that one just has, but... Wait, hold on. Was Vector in that game? Like, why is Vector in every single game that Uber's dropping? Vector was hosted, okay. Hey Marco, good to see you. Yeah, so I hosted Draken's Heaven Punisher, and Draken's hosted someone else's. So then the logic is that then Nemu has to host a Heaven Punisher game for someone. Thank you for the 13-star rare. Do Ep4 for Heaven Strike. Okay, so that's one Green Hill Heaven Strike game. You're always watching. Yeah, I guess you get V101 as well, yeah. I am tempted to just do a Purple Num CC here. Now I said that, we're not getting both. How long does the event go on for? I think it's until about early September. It's about 4 weeks. That's the second Heaven Punisher I found naturally on Ephinea. Oh, nice one. This event, I haven't got anything good. My luck is gone. We just passed it on to other people, that's all. Yeah, congrats again on that Heaven Punisher name. That's huge. Yeah, I think I will make a Purple Num CCA, I think. Well, I'm back. Did I make that F2? I mean, we are pushing it now, trying for another one. You rolled a red Mara and white Elta Hunt for Disco Bremen for Hugh Cast. Got it in your first very hard dragon run. Oh, nice one. Yeah, Disco Bremen is really, really good. Especially if you can get one with hit later on. They are really good later on. Even high level people use them. Alright, so let's just go and get another Heaven Punisher, why not? Yeah, what you'll probably do later, Brother Brick, is you'll try and hunt for one with hit percentage, so it's more accurate. But that's something you'll just work on later on. If anyone finds a blank gold mod to Heaven Punisher, I'm perfectly willing to trade. We'll keep trying. Yeah, when I saw it was either got a banner, I was like, oh, please let it be gold. I already have it, but need one with a better tech. Ah, fair enough. Time for a break. No worries, Nemo. Yeah, congrats again on the HP. That was incredibly rude. I think Vector berserked too hard. Wow, we killed 2 Mirror Carols and no Heaven Punisher. What gives? That is the second time this quest that Gibbles has dropped directly on top of me. This guy is someone who's never played PSO. What's the thing that pulls you in to play the game? Is the game just leveling, gear farming? Found it through YouTube. First of all, welcome in. For me, it's a bit of a mix. So now with PSO, my main thing is about like trying to find all the rare gear. It is very much like a looter game. Once you've played it for a while, there's a ton of gear to find in the game, and there's a lot of things that keep you going for trying to find new gear. When you first play it for the first time, though, honestly, the story isn't bad. Like, the story is pretty good. It's kind of a weird story in that it leaves you to kind of interpret a lot. It's like reading messages that have been left by people and trying to put things together. But I really like the story genuinely and the setting and everything, but let's be real, I think once you play PSO for a while, it is all about the rare drops. And obviously playing with loads of other people as well. But yeah, rare drops. If you like any kind of games where sort of looter games where finding like new gear is the big thing to do, and then PSO might be right up your alley. Oh, did you get a badge? I like the story. I think whether you like the story will kind of depend on how you like the story to be delivered, I guess. Like, for me, I kind of like how it lets you kind of put things together for yourself for the most part. Now, am I going to say it's the greatest story ever conceived? No. But I think it does a good enough job, you know, kind of linking to the original Phantasy Stars. I know they're not directly plot linked, but it uses elements from those games for sure. Yeah, it is basically all about the dopamine rush of fans in red boxes. I will say that is mainly for when you get to a little bit higher level though. I would just say, honestly, if you've never tried it before, now is a really, really good time to try playing it because this event's on and there's like really, really good experience rates and everything. So it'll get your levels up a little bit quicker. It might be a bit cheaper to buy gear off people as well. Also, thanks for the follow, Ditzy, as well. You can break out yesterday to help level a low level. So the only thing you can use it for at the minute. Do you play the controller or keyboard? The game looks interesting and the combat's very different compared to a lot of new games, which tend to be super flash and more complex. I mean, if you want sort of the super flash complex ones, that's more kind of PSO2 NGS, I guess. It is very simple. I mean, it's a 20 to 25-year-old game. You know, it is relatively clunky, but you kind of get used to it. I tend to use controller for the most part. You can see the bar along the bottom with all the icons. That does correspond to my number keys on keyboard, so I do kind of press keyboard now and again. But you could always configure those to like extra buttons on a controller if you wanted to. But you can play with keyboard or controller. Imagine being able to loosely carry over a story that began in the late 70s. Exactly, yeah. I think there's enough of like the original Phantasy Star DNA in PSO, but it's also its own thing as well, which I like. Yeah, so essentially I don't know if you've played any of the Phantasy Stars at all, but most of the combat in this basically boils down to like a 3-hit combo system. So you can't just button mash in this game. If I tried button mashing, actually on this character I kind of can because I've got an increase to my speed and sort of get away with it. Normally you wouldn't be able to. You just do one attack and then stop. So you have to kind of time your attacks. I do love how everyone spams that now whenever anyone finds a forest drop. Oh. So that noise there, that lovely chime, that is the rare drop noise. Unfortunately, that's not a good item. It's really funny that like, everyone associates that rare drop noise with PSO now, but never did it in PSO. That's from a later game that Ephinea added it. Does PSO have a damage leaderboard or anything like that? There might be plugins you can use to kind of monitor your damage. It doesn't have anything natively built in. Oh, you did see, I mean, it does get hectic in, particularly in like the higher difficulties like this. And particularly in areas like this as well. There is a lot of kind of BS enemies in the game that have like one-hit kill moves, so... Yeah, there is team ranks, I guess. Team ranks isn't so much for damage, though. It's just more for... There's basically a point system for teams where you can donate rare items for points. Yeah, I guess, yeah, challenge mode as well, I suppose, is the only other thing that's kind of ranked. Again, it's not really a damage rank, though, is it? It's more just monitoring your time. These special quests just for the anniversary. Played a couple but don't know what the names of the quests are. Yeah, so these are anniversary only. They are basically kind of shortened versions of the full maximum attack quests. And they're designed to be just really efficient to run quickly. To find them, you basically want to go into either episode 1, 2, or 4. And at the quest counter, there'll be a section called Event. And every quest in that section is for this event. Loving your YouTube videos inspired me to play and loving the game. Oh, nice one, Scott. Glad to hear it. But yeah, if you go to the event tab, every quest in the event tab will be one of the event ones. How would you donate rare items? Let's see, do I have a junk rare item I can get rid of? Probably do. Has to be like a terrible item in here somewhere. I'll get rid of that because I know I have a better Guilty Light. So all you do is when you've got a rare item, you obviously have to be in a team. You've got your team menu. I'm not doing it in my S rank weapon. Then you go to point register at the bottom. It will show everything you can team point, and be very careful in this menu because you can team point very useful stuff. Like my S rank weapons, which I'm not doing. And then all you do is go down and you want to get rid of, select it, and it'll just say exchange for team ranking points, and you go yes. And the amount of points you get depends on the rarity of the item. It does delete the item, obviously, though. So just make sure you don't do it on something you actually want to keep. New bank menu UI is cool. Yeah, so they did have this new thing. I actually turned it off. So there's a new UI thing for the bank where this window here basically comes right down to the bottom of the screen here. So you've got a much bigger list of things that scroll. For me, I turned it off because I was so used to the original bank menu that it threw me off. It felt weird. It is probably for the best though. Donate a Storm 1 Dindra. Okay, I'll donate that as well then. So again, yeah, team, points register, choose the item you want, exchange. Yeah, generally for weapons, you'll get 1 point for a 9-star weapon, 10 points for a 10-star weapon. I think it's 50 points for an 11-star and 100 for a 12, but you would never donate most 11 or 12-star weapons. There are some exceptions, so for some reason, S ranks from challenge mode are only 5 points. So make sure you don't donate those. Yeah, it does put you out of the donate menu once you've done it once, so that is good. Yeah, hopefully that helps. 8 clears and Forest hits 32k. we cannot stop the Forest train, unfortunately, I don't think. Yeah, I'm glad to hear that there's some people who've never played before getting into the game as well. It's really cool to see. Hi man, it's good to see you. Yes, it is anniversary time again. Yeah, no worries, Minsk. I mean, this is a lot of games for the European ship. Like, the European ship is normally dead. So unfortunately, we didn't get a Heaven Puncher. Yeah, so I'm saying if anyone's got any new characters, level us as well. Because again, it is a really good time for experience as well. Basically, I didn't mention it, but the anniversary is basically a really good time for leveling as well, because all 4 the normal weekly boosts are active at the same time. Yeah, I think most of my characters are 80 plus now, I think. So what's the other teams doing at the minute? Let's have a look. They are doing Skylight A1. Okay, fair enough. And then the other team is doing Heaven Striker. We have a ton of people on today. Yeah, Seas Forest, by the way. Let's all go to Fodra. I've got a feeling they're not taking any notice, Minsk, unfortunately. Right, so next run. Has anyone got anything they want to run for? If not, I'm happy to go and get Skylight and do a Skylight Tower again. Gold. So for Whitehill, is that Ruins Grand Sorcerers? Okay. Yeah, I mean, I don't mind doing a Whitehill Ruins if you want to do a Whitehill Ruins. It's something a bit different. I will say though, if I get a gold, I'm giving it to Nemu because they've suffered long enough in Spaceship. Close enough. What's his banner? He's under 30. Huh. If I get SJS, I'm giving it a Sky because I know he's coping. I am very much coping. I am not afraid to admit that. Oh my god, it's actually yesterday. I haven't seen your rim off for ages. Alright, let's do a run for gold. I also like to think that if I get an Uber and give it to someone else, maybe the game will recognize that and then bestow SJS upon me. I'm coping extremely hard now. But yeah, I did see. I think if you do want a game that is like heavily built around finding really rare gear, it's a pretty good one to try out because there is some very rare stuff in this game. Yeah, we have one more slot for White Hill Ruins. There we go. Ah, fair enough. Yeah, Minsk doesn't want to level on their rail because they're at 199 and they're really close to 200. I think they want to save it until... I believe they're wanting to record their 200 game. So they're waiting until they've got like OBS and everything set up. So they basically can't use their ML. When people make parties, are they looking for specific classes or can you just not worry about classes? For low difficulties, definitely don't worry about it. For the high difficulty, so for ultimate, typically if people want specific classes, they'll normally say in like the title of the game. So you'll sometimes see things like, it might have like FO in the title. If it says FO, it's probably they want to force. So obviously if that game is at say 3 out of 4 people and they don't have a force, then maybe don't join it unless you're playing a force. Similarly, some parties might say no force or no foe. That tends to be the main ones. But yeah, generally for the most part, I wouldn't worry about it. I mean, you can preview what classes are in the game as well, so maybe if there's like a game full of 3 forces, maybe consider joining on a different class, but yeah, normally people will put in the game titles if there's any restrictions. And to be honest, if people are really worried about who they want joining, they can always put a password on the game anywhere. I mean, this gameplay you're seeing here, this is like the hardest difficulty in the game, so generally the enemies will move a lot slower and everything at low level, so yeah, don't worry too much. Got my first actually rare weapon drop now. Shame it's only a 5% machine fire scepter Agni. To be honest, I mean, Agni doesn't need percentages, you know, and it is actually a useful weapon. Oh, Minsk has come over the Twitch side. Yeah, I know a lot of MMOs like require very specific class builds. I mean, don't get me wrong, for some of the absolute hardest content in the game, yeah, there are probably better class combinations you can go with. But for most public games, I wouldn't worry about it too much. Oh, you're playing a Hue cast. Okay, yeah, okay, maybe Agni isn't as useful then. You can always just keep holding it though in case you decide to play a force. Oh, double dipping between YouTube and Twitch. I respect it. Oh, I got a perfect resist. Okay. Sure. How much resist does that actually give? 9. It's okay. Better run, but join your Discord. Hunt me in the near future. Oh, nice one, Marco. Good to see you as well. Finished leveling the first mag, and suppose after I've done a power one, I'll do a mind one. Yeah, I mean, honestly, I tend to find that like running a force as a first character is quite difficult, just because of the cost of fluids early on. So it's kind of good to run a hunter or ranger first, I find, usually, just to build up the funds to be able to run a force. Force is a really cool class, though. I do like them. Getting plenty of HP materials. Oh, finally cap HP materials on my ranger, cool. Rimal's a cheat code. I mean, she is very good. Excuse me, sir. You hit me from outside the room. That is not allowed. That one I'll let you have. Boss seem cool, but from what I've learned, not friendly as the first character due to low HP and the burn your bank due to the TP items needed. Yeah, particularly at very, very low level, if it's your first character, affording the fluids can be a little bit awkward. And like you said, they do have very low health early on as well, so they are a bit less forgiving. That said though, if you like the idea of them, by all means try one. I personally think it's a bit easier to go with a hunter or a ranger first and then do a force after that, but if you want to play a force first, go for it. Well, Photon drop, I've got no idea where it's from, so I don't know whether to be mad. Make you Margaret again. I don't think that's happening in Blue Burst anytime. Yeah, I don't know if you've seen it, did see, but I do have videos on my channel as well that kind of break down each individual class as well, because they all do play slightly differently. I've got sort of like a general overview video that covers them like in general, and then I've got one specific for each character class as well. Hi, bit good to see you. You watch the general overview. I realise a lot of the videos are very, very long. I tend to kind of go off a bit when I record videos. I think I've recorded like a 10-minute video and now look at the recording and it's like half an hour long. I have a habit of doing that. Some people might like that. And I mentioned it before, I am going to try and do some YouTube shorts as well. Some of them will be like clips from streams, but I do want to do some like short guides as well that will fit into a YouTube short. Just so people who prefer that, you know, that kind of content, they digest it a bit easier. Oh yeah, this is the corner, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it didn't really work. I forgot about the strat. Every YouTube shop better up with yo, what's up YouTube? The White Sorcerer is insisting on staying on that side of the room, but okay. Detail as good as this game seems deep and you want to know your class you're going to sink 200 levels into. If you go for level 200, I wish you all the best. It is a very long grind. What Ranger racing ID is good for a first character on Ephinea? So if you want to go with Ranger, it kind of depends. I mean, if you want to be able to do solo stuff, this character I'm playing as now, Ramal, is a very, very strong solo class. She can be a little bit weak very early on, but if you kind of persist with her, she does get very, very strong. Just very versatile character. Alternatively, it kind of depends if you want to go with an android or a human character. Androids work quite differently in that they tend to use traps instead of... So I can, for example, I can heal with this technique here. But androids don't have that. Androids have traps instead, but traps are amazing crowd control. So for class, it kind of depends on what you want to be doing, really. I think for your first character, I would say probably any of the Rangers are pretty strong for a first class. Ranger is incredibly strong in PSO. And the gear that they need to be very broken is really easy to get. So you can probably go with pretty much any Ranger. Your damage will be a little bit lacking with Rake Seal earlier on. But again, later on they have tons of health and everything, so I think there's a case to be made for pretty much any Ranger. For ID, I mean, Purple Gnome is a pretty strong ID for Ranger. Green Hill is pretty good. White Hill is a really good general ID. I think for Ranger, I would probably go towards either White Hill or Red Rhea if you want a kind of generalized ID that'll find a bit of everything. Green Hill, Purple Gnome are probably really good Ranger-specific IDs. Green Hill Raycast, obviously. I mean, you would say that. Having said that, I've leveled a Raycast recently and they are very strong, so... I know it's kind of a bit of a non-answer, but I feel with Ranger you can more or less get away with any of them. Just be aware that a very low level Ranger will still be quite weak, and your damage won't be very good until you get a few levels behind them. I mean, honestly, yeah, Spread Needle I'd agree with. V101, I think for earlier game, you could probably just go with the Heavenly Battle. Because you're getting, it's mainly the damage, like the speed boost that you want to get from the V101. The stat boost is obviously really nice as well. V101 you could like transition to a bit later. But yeah, probably Heavenly Battle for a bit earlier. Basically just like Frozen Shooter, Spread Needle, and you're sorted. Get a set of mech guns as well. Sounds like you can't make too much of a wrong choice then. No, I wouldn't say so with Ranger, yeah. The thing is, well, with this event on at the minute, if you're on Ephinea, you get so much experience at the minute anyway that if you start playing a character and you're not feeling it, you can just make another one because you'll level so fast anyway. Yeah, charge mechs are really good. Again, charge mechs for a brand new player on the server. Mech guns are useful. They'll get a lot more useful once you've got a bit of money behind you because you'll obviously need the money to fund the charge special. But honestly, you get money pretty fast anywhere. No Heaven Punisher on the second run. Yeah, solo the human rangers are really, really good. I would say in a party, the androids are probably more useful because just traps are incredibly good. But yeah, if you're going to play solo, the human rangers are probably a bit easier to do it with, particularly for a first character, because you can just throw buffs up and throw heals. Yeah, I will preface this and say that I am not the authority on rangers, though. I'm more hunter, personally. Human range is better at soloing, but to be fair, ranger casts are far above hunter casts for soloing. I think the really good thing about ranger casts is the fact that you can obviously drop a freeze trap and then shoot it with like a spread or something to detonate it. It's super easy. Yeah, rest is really noob friendly. It does really help early on. Yeah, well, I was going to say we have a lot of green hills, but yeah, I know that you can still have Viridia. You have no symbol chat room for Cease Forest. It's no good. It's kind of insane how many people we've got on at the minute. Use rest it when people use a yellow sword that fires waves. Yeah, don't worry about that. Yeah, if you want to be like the enemy of everyone on the server, just spam rest it when someone's using a dark floor. Oh god, we're really doing it again? I thought once was bad enough. So, anyone want to do a Skylight Tower run? I feel like a bit of SJS co-op again. Twilight, I mean, I'll do a Twilight, but it depends if other people will. It's a long quest as well, to be fair. Yeah, to preface it, I don't care which one we do. Yeah, it's good to see so many people here, both in chat and in game as well. It always happens with the anniversary though. Like the anniversary, like the population of Ephinea, like doubles or triples. I think a lot of people just come back to try and find stuff and then probably leave after the anniversary again. That said, you know, even outside the anniversary, Ephinea does have a really decent population. I mean, it's up to you. I mean, if you want to do Twilight, we can do Twilight. I can't guarantee it'll be rough. Well, it will be rough. I can guarantee that. Yeah, we have no traps or a force. That's probably not a good thing for Twilight. I'm on Parasol duty. Yeah, Twilight with 3 Raymars, probably not the best idea. We could just do like MA Tower. That might be better. I think for Twilight we need the perfect team for it. So what I was talking about earlier, like Twilight Sanctuary is one of the quests in the game where you probably do need a certain team for it, because it is total BS. So happy to finally catch a stream in PSO. Yeah, we'll be doing it a lot recently, Mob, as well. So because of this event on at the minute, we'll be doing this every Sunday for the next, probably the next 3 weeks at least. we're just trying to exploit the event as best we can, try and get something out of it. Which we have, we did earlier in the stream. One of our team members got a Heaven Punisher, so we have achieved something. One day this sword is going to drop. Yeah, so for those who came in who might be a bit less familiar with PSO, what I'm basically trying to hunt is those big bees that appear. They have a drop called SJS sword, and it is currently, and with boosted rates, about a 1 in 8,000 drop. So, it's not particularly easy. So what? I just got a photon drop and a badge from those lilies. Oh, well, there's a Gigi badge. This must be the most times we've been like PD'd or badged by Gigu in one stream. It has to be. PSO taunting at this point. It feels that way. It does feel personal now. Nice try. So you know what I said about PSO being quite cheap sometimes? Welcome to PSO being quite cheap. So when the game decides to be cheap, we decide to be cheap in return. You know how you feel hunting for that one item, taking hours and hours, just for the disappointment it's a Varista. Yeah, well, I have basically hunted this sword on and off. I emphasize on and off. Since like 2003. Very much on and off. But I've probably killed... Well, I know I've killed at least 3,000 and something of those bugs on this server. Plus another 3,000 to 4,000 at least on GameCube and Sega Blue Burst. Yeah, so for those who were talking about Ranger earlier, basically, once you get this gun, Frozen Shooter, things become quite a lot easier. Oh, Zill got a Birdish. Good thing is, at least this quest is actually pretty good for gear gears. I really do feel like we've had pretty much nothing this stream. I know Nima got the Heaven Puncher, but from the games I've been in, it does feel like virtually nothing has dropped. I know people go on about streamer luck. I kind of feel like I have a streamer debuff at this point. Streamer debuff, please cast anti. Yeah, please do. I've had 2 now lilies during the cave event. Maybe I'm getting your enemy luck. You must be, because we're not getting them. That was your cue to drop a CLJ out there, by the way. It's always against rare enemies. Like, I can guarantee if I do something like very hard or any difficulty apart from ultimate, I'll get rare enemies showing up. Yeah, this spawn really sucks, by the way. I think I remember the spawns in this quest by now. I really don't. I didn't even notice the epsilon. A jump scared from behind by it. Ah. Yeah, I would say to anyone who's just starting PSO, don't worry too much about the absolute BS that you're seeing here. This is very much confined to Ultimate. Nice if there was a TTF version of the event levels. I was able to do 2 TTF runs each way on the bus to my Steam Deck, while the event's on, I suppose, draft badges. Yeah, I mean, honestly, at the minute, the event quests are probably a really good experience anyway, just because of how much the experience is boosted. Well, no SJS slot again. Yeah, honestly, I mean, you can run anything for badges, by the way, as well. Don't feel you have to run the event quest. They will drop from anything. I think the only exceptions is they won't drop from... you probably know that if you hit Rappies from too far away, they'll run away. If you do that, they won't drop badges. And I want to say that enemies that don't drop items normally, so things like the moth nests and recall boxes, I don't think they can drop badges. Everything else is fair game. It doesn't have to be in the event quest either. So overall, I think for me, not a great few hours for drops, but it was really cool to see another banner. And again, big congratulations to Nemo for getting the Heaven Punisher. Thank you for the Poison Lily. Yeah, honestly though, just going for the badges is probably well worth doing because there is a load of really good stuff in the badge shop. I suppose what I can do quickly, just because I know we are about to wrap things up, what I'll quickly just do is I'll show you the badge shop quickly so you can see what there is in it if you haven't seen. So you access it in episode 1. In the shop menu, it's anniversary badge shop. This quest, by the way, persists all year round, so again, don't feel you have to do it during the event. So the main things is also enjoy the music. This NPC is the thief. If you give her a bronze badge, she will give you a random item. It's usually junk, but there is some good stuff she'll give you. I got a cure freeze from her earlier, so she does have some decent stuff. This NPC allows you to convert badges to the next tier up, so bronze to silver, silver to gold, at a rate of 10 to 1. You can't convert to platinum badges, you have to find those. There's a Hugh cast up here who has basically the joke weapons, so if you talk to him, it's all like kind of the joke weapons, so like Akiko's Cleaver, Crazy Tune. They have random percentages. Alternatively, if you talk to him and go to give me any weapon, he'll give you a random weapon, but it has a higher chance of having better percents. But it's a random weapon from the list of ones he's got there. But the main meat of the anniversary shop really is these 3 NPCs here. So these are your badge shop NPCs. I do need to have badges with me to show you. I'll set 1 of each. So bronze badges, you can get things like music discs, tri grinders, you can get the Soul Eater. Ad slots are really useful. There's a few sort of comedy weapons, and then the Choo Choo Fever armor and the bunny ears and cat ears shields. The silver one, again, materials, could be useful if you're short on materials. A few comedy weapons like Chameleon Scythe and Wakavaki Color Shot. Item tickets, and then these paint options are basically a way of recoloring the red ring. So if you've got a red ring, you can recolor it to a different color with these. You did not miss any SJS, no, we are still SJS-less. Yeah, it's actually worth noting, Minsker, you can get TP materials. They are three silver badges each, but that is a way of getting them. Downside is you get them 1 at a time, so it will take forever to get them all, but they are there. And then lastly, the gold badge shop. You get things like, there's a few special weapons, so Imperial Pick, Red Mech Gun, Windmill. You can get Parasitic Cell Type Ds, which are used to upgrade the Stink Frame to the Virus Armor Lafeteria. Flame Garment, Electro Field, Aura Field, Pioneer Part, which is a mag cell. Part of YNO 117, which is a mag cell. That's for the Eleanor mag. And Stealth Kit, which I think is a mag cell that hides your mag. There is also a few more mag kits there as well. You can also get some of the stuff you can get from Gallon's shop as well, so things like Photon Boosters, Magic Rock Heart Key. And you can also get Photon Crystal, Spheres, and Photon Filter from this as well. So there's some very good stuff in the gold shop. There is also a Platinum shop, but you can only access that if you get a Platinum badge, and good luck getting a Platinum badge. Platinum badge, if you are lucky enough to get one, it is a ridiculously hard drop rate. You can exchange that for either a sealed J sword, or you can exchange it for a Heaven Punisher or a Handgun Gold, or a Psycho Wand, or a Prophets of Motav, or a Sonic Mag Cell. Yeah, like I said, good luck getting any of those badges because they are ridiculously rare. They're like on par with the rarity of things like Heaven Punisher, I'd imagine. So yeah, that's kind of a brief view of the anniversary shop. And again, that is there all year round. And someone like a good mag resource, please. What I would do, Zibbeans, is if you look on the Ephinea wiki, if you look up the class guide for your class, it will give you a few recommended mag builds. If you're wanting a guide on sort of what items to feed your mag specifically, the mag guides on Ephenea's wiki might have it. If they don't, you can also try PSO World, which is like PSO-World. It's like a really old site we used to use back when we used to play PSO, and it's still up. That has a lot of resources on there as well for things like mag guides. I do have a video as well about mags, but if you want like specific feeding charts and things like that, it's better to look at things like PSO World. Yeah, definitely check those out. PSO World has had a couple of issues recently. It has gone down a few times. Yeah, it is www.pso-world.com. Very, very useful site back in the day, and it's still useful enough now. Yeah, Xander raises a really good point. Generally, you want to try and avoid raising defense if you can, because defense just typically isn't that useful. There are exceptions, so you could raise it if you're going for the Chow Mag, because the Chow Mag actually requires you to do it. Sky, am I crazy, or did they remove the min-max mag and material plan for Phonium on the Ephinea site? I'm not sure, let's have a look. I never play Phonium, so I never looked. Let's see, so Phonium, where's the guide? So for Phonium, it looks like there's a nuking mag, and then if you expand it, there's a few examples of nuking mags, and then kind of a melee hybrid one, I guess. And then, oh, it's really confusing for Phonium. Then there's also mags for like different level ranges. And then level 200, there's even more mag plans. So yeah, it looks like Phonium is different to every other class apparently. So yeah, it looks like they've changed it recently. That could be why Vector, yeah. I know for certain forces you do tend to need to change mags per episode. So I guess if you're in an area that has a lot of like technique resistance, you probably want like a mag that's more melee focused. It's weird picky, yeah, for some reason. This song, I think I've already had issues with it once, and it was resolved, so yeah, definitely. I mean, don't worry too much about mag builds until you are. I mean, like the min-max mags, for example, they're only really relevant once you're at 200. I mean, having said that, I am using a min-max mag on this character, but it is kind of harming him more at the minute. It will be more useful at 200. But yeah, early on you can just go with like a generic power on my mag and you should be fine. So I think what I'll do is I'll probably end the stream there for today. On Wednesday, we will be doing some more Phantasy Star 4, and then we'll be back to PSO on the weekend. Just for everyone who is in the lobby, I will be playing more PSO after the stream. Because my voice is kind of starting to give out, so I will still be playing for a bit longer. Yeah, so we're doing Phantasy Star 4 on Wednesday. There should be a video on Tuesday. There is definitely one going up for public. Members one might be delayed slightly, but I'll keep you guys updated if I do need to delay it. The Class Guide video is in my recommended videos since I'm watching this. Nice. The algorithm doing its work. Will there be SJS runs after stream if people want to do SJS runs? Looking forward to seeing how you progress through the next Phantasy Star 4 dungeon. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, I'm really loving that game so far. But yeah, the Wednesday streams for now will be Phantasy Star 4, and then the Sunday ones will be PSO until the event ends at least. And then we can probably break off and do some other games. Yeah, hope you enjoyed the stream. Again, if you are on Ephinea, now is a really good time to play. And, you know, again, just as a reminder, cease doing Forest. There we go. But yeah, we'll end up there for today. If you have enjoyed the stream, please consider either liking or subscribing on either YouTube or on Twitch. I have X and a Bluesky that are both SectionSkyly, and I do have a Discord server you can join as well, so feel free to join that. Should be a link in the description and just under the Twitch player as well. So yeah, feel free to join us over there if you haven't already. Whatever you're doing, hope you have loads of rare drops in PSO. I hope you have a lot more than I have anyway. And I will see you guys on Wednesday for another stream for some Phantasy Star 4. So whatever you're doing, have a good time, and I'll see you then. See you guys. It feels criminal ending it there on the saxophone solo, but I'm sorry.